What's going on, YouTubers? Welcome to another video. So we have something to chat about. Not in this room though. Calm down. I'm just staring at Z Warriors because I freaking love this statue to death. Anytime I get a new statue, it's the one I focus on, like, enjoying looking at. And so I'm definitely really digging this Z Warriors, just everything about it. So I wanted to tell you guys about a new plan that's occurring in this room. You will notice that I moved the bell bust right here to create the whole bust on each side of a statue, which I really like that look. In general, this room I kind of do alternate. I don't really have the busts in between the two statues. I mean, this kind of, but in the main room, that's my whole theme. Because in my opinion, that is the best look, is when you do something like this. The only problem with this particular look is, one, that Batman is too big for this Catwoman. It would work better if it was Prime 1 Catwoman. Or, and here's where we're getting to, we didn't have Prime 1 Batman here. Instead, we do J&D. But not just J&D, you do it with the Batman armory. And I'll show you a photo. But I did some measurements. If we scoot her over, I moved her back, but if she scooted over like 4 inches, and this is closer, I have exactly 27 inches, which is the width of the armory when the doors are opened. Now I don't have to open them all the way, but the Batman armory with J&D Batman, of course, in my opinion, that is the best iteration of Batman. Now, when it comes to concept of a singular statue, of all the Bales, I do like Prime 1 the best. No doubt J&D has the best, like, portrait. I don't know about the costume. I need to see the costume in person. I haven't watched a ton of videos on it. Prime 1's a very good portrait, but it is polystone. The eyes are painted exceptionally good. And I don't think glass eyes on that Bale cowl head is super important. It is on the unmasked head. There's no doubt that the J&D unmasked head is extremely good. Full silicone, real hair, glass eyes, like that makes a big difference. This head is very acceptable and the paint job is great. The reason I like this one the most is, one, it has a better base. I'd prefer that base versus like a J&D style base. 2, this is bigger, which for me I do like. And 3, all the pose options. The Queen, I think, is the worst. It has a terrible cowl head. Only the unmasked head is good. The pose is the exact same as J&D, which isn't my favorite pose, just arms in front, not holding like this weapon, which I really like, him holding that little grappling gun. So I prefer how Prime 1 can also alternate the way his head looks, straight or to the side. I think that's awesome. So I love the Prime 1 for many, many reasons. It is absolutely phenomenal. However, I do want to get that armory for many reasons. Before I owned the Prime 1s, it was Sideshow and Hot Toys. I had the Hot Toys armory, if you guys remember, a long time ago, the 1/6 scale. And I paired it with the Batmobile, which I did like it, especially at the time when that was kind of what I had collected. But let me show you this armory. All right, so this is from Hannah Lee. I don't know if other people are selling it, but this is basically what you're buying. This is 1/3 scale, so it's going to be ginormous. And I remember the Hot Toys for 1/6 was pretty big, so I can imagine being 1/3. This is going to be ginormous. It's 70 centimeters wide, so 27 inches wide from door to door. I don't know what the base is without the doors. I'll probably have it just go to the base, like close the door slightly enough so that's just the base, which would probably save me 2 inches. The height, what was the height on this? I think it's like 30, Jupiter. I gotta look at the dimensions again. Here it is with J&D Batman inside. So there's a little like hole here for him to insert. This is Nerd Sphere's cave. But this is just like the Hot Toys one, where every single individual piece does come out. They're made of like metal and alloy, very high quality. They look great, like in the video. And of course, you get the J&D Batman. Now, I would not display the cowl head. I'd actually display the unmasked head in this situation. I think that would work better. I think that's actually Queen Studios. Yeah, that looks like Queen. The other one was J&D. Because Queen, you can remove the mouth and eyes. So that's Queen with J&D Bruce Wayne. And then, of course, there's the Catwoman in the background. You can kind of gauge. And I don't know if that's a 1/3 scale Batmobile or a Hot Toys. It does look cool. Maybe it could just be photoshopped as well. But this is kind of to give you a general idea. So I noticed they're not displaying the cape either. Well, some of them did. Yeah, that one has the cape. I would prefer the cape versus non-caped. I always like the cape. Let me show you what this will look like. So it looks like it is real, that Batmobile. But yeah, here's a photo next to a human so you can kind of see. And then next to actual J&D Batman. This is a bad Photoshop. Ever since my Samsung updated the gallery, it's harder to do these type of Photoshops. It doesn't do the sticker quite as good. So, but he won't be blocking the bell bus by any means. But this is kind of it. So I basically moved Catwoman like that. So her arm and the base is slightly off. Move her closer, but it won't need to be that close because I will have the door go to just right there on each side. So it's not all the way open. So Catwoman will still be spacious, but this is kind of the general look. And then this will be an unmasked Batman head. So here I measured it, and it's 70 centimeters wide when both the doors are fully opened. And so that I was measuring. This is the display before. There's Dragon Ball Z. So yeah, that's kind of the basic idea though. Ever since I've seen this armory, I've always wanted it. I thought it looked freaking awesome. Because I've always liked the armory. Freaking love it. But I didn't buy it. I mean, here's the sucky thing. I do have to buy J&D Batman now. And I need to find a spot for my Prime 1 Batman because I'm not selling it. Ideally, the best spot for it would be where Aquaman, Golden Suit Aquaman's at. If we were to remove him, you could just lower the P1 Batman below so he's next to Joker and beneath the bust. I think that would actually look really cool. So we'd have to find or sell the Aquaman to make it work. So I'll figure that out. I may even just like box up Aquaman, but keep him and just display him in my next house. But I am getting that armory. I did order it through Hannah Lee. I've never used her before, so I'll let you guys know how my experience is. I know Mike, Collectors Enabled, has used her before, so he's vouched for me. But this is my first order through her. I went through her website, and I've been speaking to her. But the armory is set to ship right after Chinese New Year. So probably last week of February, or however long that is. It will ship from China. So we'll receive it probably in March. Very excited to get it. I think it's going to look great. I'll probably just buy J&D Batman here by the end of the month. And yeah, it'll be good. Curious to see how good that J&D Batman is. A lot of people have told me it's way better than Prime 1. Now, pose-wise, base-wise, no. But let's see how the actual armor looks in person. I'm sure the portrait's going to be better. Silicone glass eyes will always be better. But in terms of the costume, I'd love to see if it actually is better. I know it's definitely a lot smaller. Anyways, folks, let me know what you think of the armory. See you in the next one. Have a great day.